What's going on, everybody? Crypto Headquarters here, and today I want to give you guys an in-depth analysis on what BitBay is and give my price prediction for 2018. Through this video, I hope to educate, inform, and give my personal thoughts and opinion on BitBay as a cryptocurrency and hopefully provide you guys with some information you didn't know before watching this video. With that said, people who follow my channel regularly know that I always start the video off with a disclaimer that says none of the information in this video is investment or financial advice, it's just my personal opinion. Please do your own research before investing, invest at your own risk, don't invest more than you can afford to lose, and consult a financial advisor if necessary. With that said, to be fully transparent with you guys, I am not invested into BitBay at the time of making this video. I'm just making this video purely to inform you guys and just to let you guys know what BitBay is and hopefully give you guys my thoughts and opinions. With all of that said, let's get right into the video. The first thing I want to talk about in my analysis of BitBay are the numbers behind BitBay. Currently sitting at that 12-cent mark, BitBay is down 1.59% in the last 24 hours. With a rank of 154 in terms of overall market cap, BitBay holds a market cap of just over $127 million with an overall volume of $1.7 million in the last 24 hours and has a circulating supply of just over 1 billion BAY. One additional thing I want to note about BitBay is that the top two places BitBay is available is Bittrex and Upbit, and while I know a lot of people, at least in the United States, definitely use Binance or some other websites that are more well known. I know KuCoin is definitely coming up lately as an exchange that people are really loving, but the fact that it's only available on Bittrex, at least for United States customers, is kind of a bummer because I know Bittrex is not accepting a lot of registrations for a lot of people, so people who do want to trade BitBay don't exactly have the opportunity to on a more well-known exchange, and I know once upon a time Bittrex was kind of the de facto exchange for a lot of people. They really liked it, but since then there has been some issues more recently, and people have kind of shifted over to Binance. So for people who have Bittrex, that's great, but for people who don't, this is an obstacle for actually trading this coin, and I think it definitely hurts this cryptocurrency in the long run. I will say that it is good to see it is on Upbit. For those of you that don't know, Upbit is a South Korean exchange that is the fastest growing exchange since it launched in October. So it is good to see that it's definitely getting recognized over there on a South Korean exchange, outside of the United States. So that's definitely good to see. But I did want to note that because BitBay's visibility is definitely hurt by only being available on Bittrex for United States customers. Now that you guys have some insight into the numbers behind BitBay, I want to let you guys know where BitBay has been price-wise these past few years. So BitBay has been around for a while, becoming tradable on November 16, 2014. Entering a long consolidation period, BitBay didn't see much price action until midway through March of 2017. Since then, BitBay began a price bounce to an all-time high of 5 cents on June 24, 2017, after the bounce at the beginning of March. Soon after, we saw a sell-off in a consolidation period at the 2 to 3 cent mark until November 14th, when we saw the beginning of a run that took BitBay to an all-time high of 34 cents in early January of 2018. Today we see BitBay facing a lot of resistance and begin some consolidation at the 12 to 15 cent mark. And I believe and predict that as soon as the overall market recovers, we should see BitBay recover that 20 cent mark pretty quickly as money begins to flow into the market and BitBay begins to see the traction that it saw in early January. For those unfamiliar, it's important to know that the BitBay being covered in this video has to do with the cryptocurrency known as BitBay and not the Polish exchange. The Polish exchange on the screen right now is known as BitBay.net and is completely different and completely separate from the team that is creating BitBay.market. Before I get into the analysis of BitBay, I do want to say that most of the information in this video can be found on BitBay's website. The BitBay team did an awesome job of creating a website that's not only easy to navigate, but also provides information the average investor can understand. With that said, let's get into what BitBay is. What is BitBay? So, BitBay plans to create the first decentralized marketplace. Users of the BitBay platform will be able to buy and sell goods and services anonymously without the need for middlemen. BitBay aims to shake up the online merchant marketplace. With the countless opportunities available on the BitBay marketplace, BitBay plans to show how useful and practical blockchain technology is. With completely transparent transactions and receipts available at a moment's notice, there will never be another lost contract or a piece of paperwork. Blockchain is here to stay, and BitBay plans to prove this through their online marketplace. Through BitBay's use of smart contracts, BitBay will be able to solve the issue of not getting what you paid for, contractors not fulfilling the job they were paid to do, and the jobs you do fulfill will be paid out without hesitation. This is all possible through BitBay's smart contract platform that will ensure everyone on the platform is kept happy and will be able to solve the solutions that other commerce companies and platforms have been plagued with for decades. Some other interesting facts about the BitBay platform is that BitBay does include multi-sig support. This means that transfers are authorized by 2 or more employees so that unauthorized transactions and fraud can be detected before more damage is done. Definitely an awesome feature and can be reassuring for those who want to use the BitBay platform. BitBay also allows merchants to create custom smart contracts. This is huge because this means that sellers can structure the transaction and the subsequent contracts exactly how they want them. Not only is this a unique feature, but it also appeals to sellers who want to find the best platform to sell their goods and will help with mass adoption of the marketplace in the future. Quickly, I'm going to go over the features that BitBay has available. I'm over on the feature tab on their website, and it says everything we've done so far. There's about 9 things in total. I'm going to quickly run through them left to right. First, I'm going to start with unbreakable contracts. So it says the solution against fraudsters without having to spend fees for an escrow. So what does this mean, and how are these contracts unbreakable, and how do they enforce them, especially without middlemen on their platform? So it is true that anyone can break any agreement, and they do acknowledge that, but they remove the incentive to break it by putting punishment for dishonesty into the contract. To accomplish this, both the buyer and seller lock a certain amount of Bay into a joint account. If the deal goes well, everything goes fine, the parties release the locked Bay, and both parties go on with their day. If either party attempts to harm the other, both parties will lose their locked Bay because one or both will refuse to release the deposit and it will time out. This gives strong incentive to fulfill your end of the bargain, just like when you use an escrow, in parentheses, but without the cost of an escrow. So that's how their smart contracts work. It's they're unbreakable, and that's kind of something that they pride themselves on, which is definitely awesome. It's going to allow for mass adoption of the platform because these unbreakable contracts definitely provide a sense of safety within the marketplace. So next, decentralized and honest markets. Basically, all this talks about is that you're going to have to play by the platforms that you use rules. eBay, Amazon, or even Craigslist. You're going to have to play by how they want you to use their website. This includes the amount of items you can list, payment options, fees, personal information, all that stuff. BitBay plans to be the solution to that, not making you conform to all of those things that those centralized websites have. You guys can read through that. There's a big paragraph there. But one thing I do want to highlight is they do eliminate fees. So with BitBay, nobody ever takes a cut of your money. The entire transaction is between you and the person with whom you are doing business. BitBay is completely free software. There are no fees. Compare this to fees of 5%, 8%, or even 11%, depending on which platform or centralized marketplace service you use. So I know with eBay, because I've sold on eBay in the past, fees are just under 13%, which is absolutely ridiculous when you look at a platform that's readily available like BitBay. Just needs more mainstream adoption, I think, for more people to start using it, and just blockchain as a whole. But not having fees is huge for the BitBay platform and just for these decentralized marketplaces in the future. Next, double deposit escrow. Not going to touch on this too deep, but both the buyer and seller make a deposit to seal an equal commitment, making frauds impossible. We kind of touched on this earlier, but frauds are definitely going to be pretty hard on the BitBay platform, and that's going to allow people who are maybe skeptical or just looking into the BitBay platform some sort of reassurance to buying and selling. Exotic spending. This allows the dynamic peg, which we're going to get to in a second. Decentralized voting. I'm not going to go too much into, but basically Bitcoin, as you guys have seen in the past, has a lot of issues with forking and where the community wants Bitcoin to go. With blockchain scaling and sizing. BitBay has a voting kind of algorithm that they use that allow miners to simply vote on where BitBay will be going in the future to kind of eliminate all that not discussion, but just the way the disagreements that people have with said platform in the future, Bitcoin being an example. So that's what the decentralized voting has to do with. Dynamic peg. So this is definitely interesting, and I think this is awesome because digital cryptocurrencies are known for big fluctuation of value. At times there's several 100% gains and losses in just a few days. For investors, this may be exactly what you're hoping for, but consumers and merchants, and especially something like BitBay, who have a platform that they want to uphold, there are advantages that digital cryptocurrencies can provide. So volatility can destroy commerce within a marketplace, and BitBay will therefore freeze and release coins to keep the price stable relative to the US dollar. This is huge. This completely eliminates volatility. Your funds will be stable and grow. So definitely something that you're pretty much going to need to have in a marketplace like this. If you guys look at the value of BitBay, I think it's great to see that the dynamic peg is implemented because they not only just a cryptocurrency, they have a platform that they actually use their coin and token on. So it's good to see that you're not going from 12 cents to half a cent in 24 hours, and it's like, well shit, now I don't have anything to buy or purchase on the BitBay platform. So dynamic peg is a really great thing to have, really reassuring for me. anti-password theft system. Enter your password without clicking or typing, simply using the virtual keyboard option. Great to see. Multi-signature wallets, do different cryptographic passwords to make your wallet virtually unhackable. You guys can see, just through these two, that BitBay is definitely committed to the security of their platform, and Tor and proxy options or privacy options guarantee the highest anonymity for all users. So these last three just showcase the BitBay team's commitment to really keeping your identity private, to really keeping the people who use their marketplace, definitely respecting that and making sure that people can't, hack your stuff, and it's completely safe to use. So really tackling all the issues that centralized marketplaces like eBay, Amazon, and even Craigslist, have and their issues. So this is basically the 9 features that they really want to highlight. Hopefully I clarified some stuff on there for you guys. If there's any other questions you guys have about this kind of stuff, maybe I was unclear, maybe I misspoke somewhere here, so definitely comment down below if there's something that I missed or something that you guys don't understand. But next I want to get into BitBay's roadmap. As we head on over to the BitBay roadmap, there are a few things that I want to highlight for you guys. Starting in October, we had the roadmap release. Then go all the way down to the end of November, early December, we had the new BitBay website launch, which we're looking at right now. Pretty clean design. Really happy with how this turned out. Then we had the web wallet release. Go into December and into January, we had the new Qt wallets that released on the 14th. Just a few days ago as I'm making this video, and February 1st we can expect the enhanced web wallet. The mobile wallet on the 14th I think will be huge for the BitBay platform, and I'm really excited for that. But if we scroll down, I think the thing I'm most excited for was the dynamic peg release, which we're going to see midway through Q2. In quarter 2, they're going to release the dynamic peg test client, which is just basically going to be them testing the dynamic peg and making sure that everything works before they actually release the full version. If I wasn't clear in the last section of the video, the dynamic peg is actually not out and not being utilized. As you guys saw in the kind of the price analysis earlier in the video, BitBay has seen a lot of fluctuation within the marketplace, and hopefully the dynamic peg aims to solve that problem and be the solution to a lot of the volatility in the marketplace, especially since BitBay is more than just a cryptocurrency and is actually a marketplace that has to run, and the currency has to somewhat maintain its value so that people who want to buy and use the marketplace, aren't out of luck, if they come back a day later and, then BitBay's cryptocurrency has lost, 80% of its value. So definitely I'm really excited for that. I think that's going to help the platform. And then quarter 3, Q3, it says much more to come. As we near quarter 3, we're definitely going to see some updates on the roadmap and see what the team has in store for us. But those are kind of the big things that I wanted to highlight within the BitBay roadmap. And hopefully you guys learned something about where the team plans to go with this project in the future. As we near the end of the video, for those of you who are regulars to my channel and watch my analysis videos, you guys know I always like to take a look at the community behind the cryptocurrency that I am doing an analysis on. So the 3 main social medias that we're going to look at today are Reddit, Facebook, and Twitter. So we're going to start out with BitBay's Reddit. Definitely a smaller subreddit, about 1,500 readers. Definitely the smallest subreddit that I've seen in terms of me doing cryptocurrency reviews. But I definitely don't expect this subreddit to stay small, as BitBay is only going to continue to gain traction within the cryptocurrency community, increase in overall market cap, and just do great things, in my opinion, just because I think the platform it's a really awesome platform. It's a really great project. Obviously, I think it's a little bit undervalued now. It's got a little bit of undervalued attention, so the subreddit will only continue to grow, and I don't really think it should be any cause of concern, despite the fact it's at 1,500 readers. So definitely the smallest subreddit that I've looked at, but I think that, it's going to increase. We're probably going to see that 10,000, subscriber mark as, BitBay really starts to explode in this next calendar year. So smaller subreddit. But next, I want to go over to BitBay's Facebook page. We're going to see that very similarly sized to their subreddit, with just under 19 people who follow this and just under 1,800 people who like their page. If you go down to their posts, you're going to see that if you scroll on the timeline, it's a lot of just updating links to articles through their Facebook page. So they definitely understand how to use the Facebook platform. I'd say this definitely takes a secondary backseat to their Twitter page, just as a lot of cryptocurrency teams do. The Twitter is kind of the de facto place where they post and relay information, but they definitely do a good job of updating their Facebook page. And if you guys use Facebook, definitely a good place to give them a follow. So that is what their Facebook page is looking like. And finally, BitBay's Twitter page with just over 18,000 followers. Definitely a good sized Twitter page. If I scroll through, they get a lot of interactions on the tweets. They get a lot of favorites. They get a lot of retweets. They get a lot of interactions, and people are responding to their tweets from the community. As you guys can see, the top 2 things that they just retweeted were people from the community, which is great to see. They do also update their community with links to articles, updates, regarding their wallets or the community. Same on their Facebook page, so there's cross-posting there, so you're not not going to miss out between information between two platforms. So it's good to see that they are uniform in that sense. Scrolling down, kind of the same thing, but definitely a good Twitter page with over 1,700 tweets. They obviously know how to use the platform. They obviously know how to interact with the community, and they understand how social media works, which is a big plus for me. Hopefully you guys learned something from the social media pages and just the community behind BitBay. It's my intent to show you guys how the community interacts and just how BitBay portrays itself outside of its project. Some of my closing comments on BitBay include that BitBay can be staked, which means that you can accumulate BitBay as a reward for owning it and helping secure the network. The current rate for staking BitBay is 1% annually, which is awesome for any holders of BitBay to earn some extra Bay. I will also mention that to use the BitBay marketplace, you will have to download the marketplace client on bitbay.market/downloads. I mention this despite it being obvious to some people, because with the name BitBay, some people get the idea that the marketplace is a URL link, just like eBay, but in all actuality is a client you have to download. With all of this said and my closing comments out of the way, let's get into the price prediction. Finally, we're at the point in the video where I make my price prediction for BitBay in 2018. So earlier in the video, I did let you guys know where BitBay was at price-wise, and it has come a long ways from its all-time high at around the 34-cent mark just at the beginning of January. So, obviously, BitBay is a cryptocurrency that is implementing ways to kind of stabilize their price on the platform, in quarter two. So that's good to see. But right now, my price prediction for BitBay, especially being at the market cap that it's at, being on the smaller side of cryptocurrencies, outside of the top 100, ranked 154, I believe that we could see BitBay at that $1 mark, pretty soon. I see this as being a $1 billion market cap cryptocurrency. I think as more money continues to flow into the cryptocurrency market and we hit that $1 trillion, overall market cap number, a lot of cryptocurrencies are going to see a huge boost, obviously. But I think BitBay in particular, the big thing about BitBay is it's undervalued, and I don't think a lot of people just see what they're doing in terms of, the decentralized marketplace that they're trying to bring to blockchain. So definitely BitBay has a lot of real use cases, and the BitBay platform just continues to blow me away, because not only is it practical, but I really think there's a need for this in the world today. So I think $1 is definitely possible and definitely on the horizon for BitBay. That's my kind of conservative price prediction for 2018. Anything above $1 would be definitely interesting to see. I think that if we're having a really good year in BitBay, the platform really catches on to with a lot of people in mass adoption, we could see $2 and up. But that's being pretty optimistic. I know a lot of cryptocurrencies in the past few months have made huge strides, but with those strides come a lot of losses, as we can see in BitBay's situation. So I think a dollar mark is definitely a reachable goal for BitBay in 2018, and that's kind of where I predict it going into 2019. But at the same time, if BitBay really starts to gain traction and catch on, you guys should expect upwards of $1, as this cryptocurrency really has a lot of upside to it. So that's going to do it for my price prediction. Hopefully you guys learned something, and let me know down in the comments section what you guys think about BitBay and what the price you believe BitBay to be, going into 2018, midway through 2018, because it's definitely an interesting cryptocurrency in terms of where it's been in the past and where it's going to go in the future. So $1, that's my price prediction. That's going to do it for the video today, guys. I'm going to keep this outro short and sweet and just say thank you guys for the awesome support. Comment down below in the comment section what other cryptocurrencies you want to see me cover. The community support has been overwhelming. I've been saying that in all of my videos recently, because, it just truly has. The support that you guys have been showing me is unreal, and thank you guys for that. I truly am grateful. Again, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. And I'm going to end off with a disclaimer that says none of the information in this video is investment or financial advice. This is my personal opinion. Please do your own research before investing. Invest at your own risk. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Consult a financial advisor if necessary. Hopefully you guys took something away from this video that you didn't know before watching it. That's always my intent, and you guys have been amazing. Thank you guys for the support, and thanks for watching the video. Have a great day.